Hi, this is Jonathan, Customer Experience Manager here at SimplyCast.com. Today we're going to talk about using the Twitter app in our platform. So right now I'm on the Twitter dashboard, which is accessible by clicking on the Twitter menu at the top of the page, or by clicking on the More tab and selecting Twitter. So to begin, the very first thing that we need to do is set up a Twitter account, which is where we're going to post the different tweets that we're going to set up. And the great thing about our platform is we can create a Twitter project that has multiple tweets. And then we can set up those tweets so that they're sent out at particular dates and times. This way you don't have to log into Twitter each time to send out the tweets you want to do. You can just set up a single project, put your tweets in there, and the system will send it automatically. So let's click on the Settings tab on the left-hand side. And this takes us to Twitter Account Management. So to add the account, we're just going to click the Add Account button. And this is going to bring up Twitter. So right now I'm already logged into Twitter, but if I wasn't, the system would just prompt you to log in first. And as soon as you log in, you would see this page. And this is basically asking Twitter if SimplyCast is authorized to access the account. So I'm going to say yes. I'm going to authorize the Twitter app. And then it's going to redirect us back to our account. Okay, and we can see here that we've got the message saying the account has been successfully linked. So I'm going to close that window. And then we can see the account listed here. If you want to delete it, you can just click Delete Account. And if you want to add additional accounts, you can just click on the Add Account button again. All right. So now that we've got that set up, we can create our Twitter project. So I'm going to click on the Summary tab. And this basically takes us back to that main Twitter dashboard page. And I'm going to click on Create Project. All right, and this is going to take us to the Schedule Tweets page in Twitter. So I'm going to give my project a name. I'm just going to call it my Twitter project. And right now you can see that there's already a tweet in here, because we have to have at least one tweet in order to send it out. If you want to have more than one tweet, you can just click on the Add Tweet button, and then the system will just add additional tweets to the list here. So now I'm going to put in some content for my tweets. So the first thing we're going to look at is the tweet source, and by default it says from text. And what that means basically is you can just type in your tweet in this box. But there are other options here too. You could do from RSS. And what that does is you can put in a URL to an RSS feed, and then the system will automatically pick up the RSS feed and put it inside the tweet. So when it goes out, it'll just put in whatever content that it picked up from the feed. But in this case, I'm just going to use from text. So we'll say this is my first tweet. So now that we put some content in there, we can look at the options that are available to us below. So the very first option here is we can select an image that we want to post. So you're not limited to just text. So you could click on this little camera icon here and then select an image. So if I want to use this image here, I can just double click on it and you'll see it appear right underneath. So I have a little image with an SC on it. If I had a link in my tweet, I can choose to track it. So let's, I'm just going to put one in here. Let's put one here to example.com. And if I want to track that link, I'll just click Enable Link Tracking. And the system is going to convert that into a tracking link when we do the tweet. There are some other options here. We can enable the location. So we can put in the location here. Right now, New York is the default, but we could put in any city we want just by typing it in here. at the bottom. So let's all right, so I'm just going to type in, let's say, Halifax. All right, so I've selected my city, and then I'm going to hit submit. So now we've got our location set up, and now we're going to look at the other options that are available. So we're going to click on these little icons here, look like gears, to go to the advanced options. So one of the things that you can do with your posts is you can have them repeat. So right now the post is set to not repeat. It's just going to go out and post once to my Twitter feed. So I'm just going to click on the drop down box here and then change it to fixed. And the fixed repeat interval allows me to set basically the increment of the post. So right now it says 1 hour. So let's say we want to change it to go out every week. So we can do week from the drop-down box. There are a few other options there, such as hours, days, months. But we'll use week. And then we'll change the value of 1 to 2 weeks. So now it's going to go out twice a week instead of once a week. But you can also adjust it with the slider here as well. So you can have it go up to 4 times a week. The other repeat interval option is custom. So if we select that, we can choose more specific options, such as particular days of the week, for example, if we have the week interval chosen. If we select month, we can select when during the month it will post and what days of the week it will post. So you see these additional options here that you can choose, as well as selecting, say, particular days or a particular day of the week. So I'm going to go back to the fixed interval that I selected. Leave that to twice a week. And now we're going to talk about the trickle span option. And this is a really great feature if you have a lot of posts, and especially if you want to repeat them. Because what trickle span does is when you specify a particular date and time for a tweet and you're repeating it, you don't want it to go out at exactly the same time on each of those days, because it just appears to be a bit too mechanical, and too automated. You want it to appear like you logged into Twitter yourself and decided that you wanted to do the post. And trickle span varies the time. So if I click on the drop down, I can select 15 or 30 minutes. So I'm going to say 30 minutes. And what the system is going to do is it's going to post the tweet plus or minus 30 minutes of the time that I selected. And that way it'll appear that I logged into Twitter myself and posted it, rather than having the computer do it for me. We can also set a tweet expiry date just by clicking on this checkbox here. And then we can decide how long the tweet will last in the tweet lifespan slider here. I'm going to change it to be months instead of minutes. So I want my tweet to repeat twice a week, but only for 1 month. So now that I've got this set up, I'm just going to click on Save. And that's going to return us back here to the Scheduled Tweets page. So if we wanted to put in another tweet, we could do the same thing. For this example, I'm just going to show you how you can delete the tweet. You can do that just by clicking on this X that's right here. And then the system's going to confirm it. So we'll say OK. And then we have just a simple Twitter campaign of one message. Another option that people can use is the bulk tweet upload. And I'm just going to click on the bulk tweet upload button. Now, if I do this, the system is going to get rid of the tweet that I've already set up here. But that's okay, because I want to show you this feature. So I'm going to click OK. So now the bulk tweet upload window has appeared. And what this is going to allow you to do is select a file, like a CSV file, for example, and upload it into our system. So the neat thing about this is you could go into Excel, let's say, and set up all of your tweets in a spreadsheet and then upload it into our system, and then the system will automatically set up all the tweets for you. And we give you an example above of different formatting you should follow. So you'll see all these different columns here, like date, time, the source, content, etc. And you can fill in all these different things and then upload a file that contains them. There are a few different rules. They're listed here, such as scheduling dates. They've got to be at least 10 minutes into the future. We're not going to schedule duplicate messages. So if you've got your file prepared, all you need to do is click on Choose File, and then you can browse and upload it into the system. And once you've selected it, you just click on Upload Tweets, and then it will automatically build the campaign for you. So I'm just going to cancel this just by clicking on the little X, simply because I want to keep the tweet that I originally created. So now we're going to go to the next step. I'm just going to click on Next down in the bottom right. And this takes us to the project settings page. And this is where you can specify your time zone, the end date for the campaign, as well as the account itself that you're going to be posting to. So I can change my time zone just by clicking on the box and then just typing in my city. So I'm going to type in Halifax again and select it and then hit Submit. So now we can see that my time zone has changed to America, Halifax. You'll notice that my Twitter account is already selected, but if I had multiple Twitter accounts, I could select them from this list here. Over on the left-hand side, there are a few different options such as auto follow. With the auto follow option enabled, if anyone retweets your posts, you can automatically follow them with your Twitter account. So I'm going to enable that because I'd like to follow the people that are retweeting my posts. So now that I've enabled the auto follow feature, underneath the time zone there's a new field that's appeared called Direct Message. So now that we're automatically following people that retweet the post, we can send them a direct message when that happens. And if you fill in this field here, that's going to be posted to them. For now, I'm just going to leave that field blank. You can also set an end date for your campaign. In this case, I'm running a campaign that just contains a single post that's going to repeat a few times over the span of a month. But I always like to go in here and I'm going to select April 30th. And then that's just going to stop the campaign regardless at that time. So now that I've got that set up, I'm just going to click on Continue. And this takes us to the review checklist page. So this just verifies that we've got all the information that we need for our Twitter campaign. So you can see a series of green check boxes here. So we've got the tweet content we need, we've got our Twitter account set up, and we've got the scheduling all ready to go. So now that we're done with that, we're going to click on Complete Project. There, success. So now we've got that ready to go. And the tweet is now showing up in my reports. So you can see it here. So it says it's active. We can see the Twitter account that I'm using. We can see the end date. And then we can see additional information here. The clicks will show you, we chose the option to track our link that we included. So anyone that clicks on that, we're going to be able to see the clicks in this column. We're going to see how many people retweeted the post. And then we'll be able to see the reach. We can also see more detailed information by clicking on Open under Actions. And then this is basically going to show you the same information here, but you'll have additional graphs and details that you can view. You can see I can scroll down, and you can even see information here as to, you know, who the followers are that are following you and who you're following, and it's also downloadable as well, so you can click on the download button to get that information as well. And since we just set up the campaign, there's no data in here yet, unfortunately. So this is the Compose New Tweet tab. And what this is you can actually just send single tweets out to your Twitter account right from the platform. So if you don't want to go and log into Twitter separately, you don't need to. You can just do it right from here. So the next tab here is Friends and Followers. So this page basically displays all of your Twitter friends and followers. And this is kind of neat because you don't necessarily have to be logged into Twitter to see this. So it's very convenient. Recent activity is going to show you recent activity on your account. You can see who you've recently followed and unfollowed. You can also set up custom messages here for followers and auto follows. The search tab allows you to search Twitter for different keywords. So for example, we could search for, let's look for cats. So now that we've got our search term in there, we can just hit search. And then we're going to see results appear in a few moments over on the right. There. So now we can see all the latest cat-related tweets on Twitter. There's also a feature to enable the location. So we can look for cat-related tweets in a certain geographical location. So for example, we could type in Halifax and a radius of 50 miles, hit search, and then we will get all cat-related tweets from the Halifax location within 50 miles. And here we go. So now we can see more geo-specific cat-related tweets. So among all the results that show up on the right, we can choose to reply here. We can retweet, favorite, follow them, or block them. So one very practical use for this feature would be to search for your company name, for example. You could find out what people are saying and then choose to reply from here, retweet, etc. So it's a convenient thing that's available right within the platform itself. So you don't even have to log into Twitter to do all these Twitter-related activities that you would do on a daily basis. So now you know how to create your tweet, send it out, as well as use some of the other different tools that we have available to manage your Twitter account. If you have any questions, check out our FAQs. You can tweet us at SimplyCastHelp, or you can send an email to support@simplycast.com. Thanks for watching.